Got a little dusting of snow, so I thought I'd let people see what it looks like here in Canada. This is our yard. So, good morning and welcome to Ewetopia. I posted a video earlier of the snow that was coming down last night. Stopped right after the video. So you can see on my oozling bird, we got about almost an inch of snow. But the sun's trying to poke out today and it's feeling a little bit warmer. I think it's supposed to go to plus 8 degrees Celsius today. So this should all melt again, which we need because our corn is still in the field and we need to get that off before the real heavy snow comes. But it's been so rainy and the snow has been just enough to make combining impossible because you can't have any moisture or snow or ice on the corn when you combine it because it can plug up the combine. Plus all that wet grain gets into the bins and stuff and will start to mold. So you definitely want the corn dry. So we're waiting for a sunny, dry, snowless day to hopefully knock off all that corn in a short time. So we're off to do chores. This is the ram pen. These guys have been fed already. Everybody looks good, so we'll head into the barn, see what's going on there. So to start off the day, we always start in the same order. Feed the cats and walk out to this pen because this is the first in the hi Jezebel, the first in the cycle of barns here. So got a little bit of OCD and I don't like to mix things up, so I go in order every day. And Jerry and Jezebel are first on our list. Yeah, you're first because you're first in the barn. Jezebel's at her antics. Hi, Jezzy. You did a great job there. That was quite the run. Yes, and severely good leaping. Oh, even better. Yes, even better. Whoa, are you a fast lammy? You are quite clever. Go on. Yeah, you can do it. Oh, look at that girl go. Jerry, your sister, she's crazy. Here she comes. Woohoo! Woohoo! You are a fun girl. This lamb is totally fine playing by herself. Come on, Jezebel. One more time. You can do it. Oh, here she comes. Oh. What's that? Yeah, always a nice way to start the day with this lamb. Come on. Woohoo! Woohoo! That was something else, Jessie. Yeah. Oh. What's that? Is that Katie? Is that Katie? Sparky little thing. Whoa! Like, how aren't you getting tired? Because that's awfully fast running. Good job, Jerry. Good job. Jerry's got some milky lips. Jezebel. There's Katie. Morning roll. Creatures of habit. You can pretty well predict what's going to happen with in some of these pens each morning. Are you done now? Are you done? It's funny because Jerry, after his bottle, always goes to the salt mineral feeder. Has a little lick of that. Gets his breakfast and follows it up with his vitamins. Hi guys. Okay, we're going to move on and see what else is going on in the barn. So today, Ram, the second one here, he's going to his new home today, so we're giving him some good hay here for his journey. He's got about a 3-hour trip, and then he's got to be picked up and moved to his home. So we always like to make sure they have a full belly when they're going on their trip, and I just topped up their salt minerals, so hopefully where he's going they'll have salt mineral for him and some good food too. And in this ram pen, looks like someone was playing with the salt mineral feeders and got one knocked right off. Boys will be boys, as the saying goes. So I'll go pick that up, and Arnie is working on making some new feeders. Not the feeders themselves, we like them, but the holders. The wooden ones over time tend to break easier, so he is gonna work on a metal design. Good job, guys. So I guess this is the next one he's gonna be fixing, because the handles are off here. There we go. That'll stay for now. We'll refill it, but that's going to be repaired. Okay, we're in the heifer barn now. Everybody looks good today again. Yes. A lot more udders forming in this Suffolk group. These are all Felon's lambs, so the cleanup ram probably wasn't necessary. But we see one there nicely forming. Some of them are harder to see because of the wool, but she's got one too. Hi, how you doing? You got a piece of food at the corner of your mouth, just to let you know. They've all got bellies, you can see. Hi, how you feeling today? You look great. You look great. There we go. You can see udders here. There you see. They're small right now, so you have to look carefully, but they're there. How are you feeling? Where are you going to get some salt mineral? Good idea. Keep those vitamins up. There. See, some have more bare udders, like that one. And this one here that's just pulled out, her udder's a little woollier. So, this one's, this girl here that was getting the salt mineral, she's the one with the big udder. But you see, this one here, she's got an udder, but you can see, we'll let her have some privacy. Okay, so there's an udder there, but it's a woollier one. But you can see it hanging there. And some have bare udders, like that one. When the udder gets bigger, the nipples and stuff are not woolly, it's just the top of the udder. Hi, Heather. Hi. Did you come say hello? Oh, Heather, she was gonna be my show sheep. And then COVID struck. Yeah, so you just had to stay here and no one could appreciate your beauty. She was always one of my favorite girls. She's gonna have her first lamb this year. And hi, how are you? Hi, who are you? Yeah, you're a stockier one. You're more British. And Heather, you're a little more on the American side. But there's beauty in the differences. But, oh, see, you know, her udders, you can even see it from the front now. She's going to be the first one to lamb in this group. I'd be shocked if she wasn't. They can sometimes surprise you. I know. I'm talking and ignoring you. The nerve. Those were the two that I was going to show. Because they have the perfect Suffolk heads and Suffolk traits that they're looking for in a show sheep. And not to mention, they got some, like, look at the width on them. They're as wide as they are tall. If you're going to have tall sheep, you gotta make sure that they've also got the corresponding width for a good, well-balanced sheep. Like Heather here. And you, sweetheart. Oh, and here's someone else coming up to have a look. And they're coming up, they're leaving their feed to come see me because I've crouched down in the pen. Remember how he said to make yourself less threatening and you'll have more visitors. Hi. Hi. This is a pen of first-timers. So these guys will be having their first lambs and they're just over a year old. And that's why they get to be as big as you. Yes, and you're lovely. You are. You're lovely. Hi. Hi. You gonna have a lammy? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're very nice. Very, very nice. And see? You can see who she is. This is 16H. Okay, I'm gonna go. We're on to the next barn. Oh, and look at her belly. There, you can see she's pregnant. Hi, someone else is coming to visit now. You're not letting me do my work. How do you ignore them when they do this? I don't know how people do it. They're so demanding. And then they look at you with that face. Yes, I know. It's been a long time. Hi. Hi. Okay, I really have to go, you guys. Really have to go. See you guys later, okay? So Arnie let the rams out. The ram lambs out because these are the ones that were in the weaning pen, 44s. So they came by themselves to the barn to meet me. So we're gonna bring them back to the group. Come on, you guys. You two are the clever ones. There's your friends up here. So these are all the weaned rams. Hey, buddy. And they're out playing. The other group can go in the field, but these guys got a wall up so they can be outside and play. 44, are you bossy? And the other 44. You two boys. So you can see the weaned lambs are just doing great. They look pretty calm out here. Growing up, turning into men. Yep, finding something that could be fun. Finding stuff you shouldn't be eating. Buddy, buddy, Why would you eat plastic? More of them. And then on the other side of the wall there, that's the younger males and the females. And of course, Toonie with the loud voice. Hey, buddies. Okay, we'll go in and feed these guys now. So here's some of the females. See, some of them are wondering why they can't go play with those boys out there. So today we had our first death for a long time. First timer, purebred Dorset. There's nothing wrong with her. She didn't have mastitis, she wasn't old, she wasn't not eating, she was not symptomatic for any problems whatsoever. She was dead by the feeder, so all we can think is that sometimes when the sheep have their heads in the feeder, they'll be stupid and another one will wedge their head in the same slat. And when that happens, they can actually, one of them can actually choke to death. And since there was nothing wrong with her, that's all I can assume happened. Terrible thing when a young ewe dies. Well, it's bad when anyone dies, but especially bad when it's a good purebred young one. Oh well. You have to move on. This is part of farming. This is what I tell you about the hard part, the heartbreaking part. Terrible shame. Her lamb, she had a ram lamb, so he's already weaned. He's okay. Because sometimes if a mother dies and she's nursing, it can be really hard to get a lamb on a bottle afterwards. It's funny, but when you have so many sheep, you'd think you get used to the dying part, but you don't. That ewe, I didn't particularly know her. She wasn't a pet. But the funny thing is that one of her ram lambs, she has two. One of them is one that we've been noticing heavily because he's a shorter, stockier guy, but he's extremely woolly and has the wool on the legs like the Dorset should have, and he's the guy eating right here. So right away when I saw 11, I recognized her for her lambs because, well, and here's the other one of her lambs, and this is the fluffy guy that we've been paying attention to. He's got, well, they actually both have really good stances on them, but yeah. Everyone always says in the farming world, if you've got livestock, you've got dead stock. And I've always hated that saying. It always seemed a cold and callous way to look at things. But the reality is that's very true. The good thing is her lamb here, he's oblivious to what happened, so he's not stressed out. If they have a lamb that was nursing, it would have been a big problem because, yeah, the lambs would have been in mourning, they would have been hungry, and an older lamb is really, really, really hard to get on a bottle. Now, our lambs are old enough now that they would have probably done fine anyway, but that's always a worry if a mother dies and you got young lambs on her. And on the morbid topic of what we do with the sheep's bodies when they do die, because yes, you always have death on farms. It is the hard part of farming. People think that because we have meat sheep or animals are going for meat and stuff, that we don't have hearts and aren't devastated by their losses. Some people may just brush it off, but it's always a bad day for us when somebody dies. We want them to have as good a life as possible on a farm, so we go out of our way to make sure our sheep have happy lives. So for the bodies, what we do, Arnie's taking her away right now, and she's, it sounds awful, but we have a manure pile at the back of the barn, and what happens is you bury the sheep in there, and when they're buried under that, the manure and the composted manure is so acidic that it will actually dissolve the entire sheep's body. Within a few weeks, you won't find anything there. It totally gets composted, and then when Arnie goes to spread manure on the fields, that will be part of the feed that goes back into the soil, and it's a cycle. At least when it goes in the manure pile, it is going to support the crops and the feed for these sheep for future generations. So it's a sad thing, but it is, like I said, the circle of life, and it's not happy, but it's part of things. Try to end the day on a bit of a good note, showing the little ram lambs playing around the yard. So we went to put the ram lambs in for the day, and I looked across the field and I saw that a whole bunch of them were in the backyard. You guys. And 44s weren't even in here. 44s were up with me. What are you guys doing here?
Hey, Ben, hey. Don't do that, please.
Back to the barn, buddies.
Wait, I tell you.
Back to the group. And I can see that Katie took them all the way back to the barn. Took us a while to walk back over here. And she's got them all here.
I'll go have something to eat now.
And they're in their pen. Oh, one here behind the scale. Out now, in your pen. Back home. That was a fun morning for you guys. Come on, Katie. Great job. Great job. You did a good job. Not only can you catch rats, you can herd sheep. Good girl. Good girl. That was great. So we got a really long trailer that arrived here just now to pick up one ram for his journey today to his new home. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Kevin.
Here he is, getting ready for his trip.
Come on, he's actually pretty good.
Katie, stay back.
Come on.
Sorry, sweetheart.
Oh,
Careful the front legs.
Get up.
Let me get him in there.
Want a picture of him?
There he is, just for Andre. So the ram lambs are put away. In the distance there, those are our replacement ewe lambs. They're out in their pasture. Like I said yesterday, they won't eat anything. They may dig away at a few niblets, but it's all about the exercise and walking around. They like it out there. And the ewe lambs are free to stay outside today too. And a bunch of them are back grazing back there. And the boys are locked up for the day because we can't have them wandering around the yard when we're not here. So that's another episode on Ewetopia Farms. So we'll close the gate and hope to see you all again tomorrow. Bye for now.